Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio. And thank you for joining me for my video today. This is very basic, very easy birthday card. However, you know, think outside the box. You can always use, this is very neutral, what I'm going to call neutral designer series paper. And it is from the Thoughtful Journey. And the great thing about this paper is this paper, one side has this beautiful watercolor looking print to it, and then the back sides are pretty much plain. Yeah, so very pretty paper. So that is what we've used on this card. But again, you can take this concept with this paper. You can change out the greeting, the stamp, the whatever, and change it up and make it for whatever you need to have a card for. So let's get started. It's so simple. This card is so simple. So before we do anything, I have already stamped my little birthday cake here, and I am using my blends. It was stamped in Memento ink. And this set here that I'm using, I'm getting ahead of myself, is, there goes all my stuff sliding down. The Attention Shoppers stamp set and coordinating dies. It is a bundle. And I have to say, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we get to see catalogs online before they are released to the public. So, and then we have a copy mailed to us, but by the time we can look at that online into where, I would get my catalog, could be 3 weeks time difference. So we do get to see things early. And I have to admit, even looking online, and I saw this and I just sort of passed it over. In the catalog, I saw it, sort of passed it over. But I kept, every time I thumbed through and I looked in the catalog, and even after the catalog went live, I was like, this is kind of, I can do a lot with this. So it just, it wasn't even on my radar the first couple passes through. And then finally I said, I really want that bundle. So yeah, I made the splurge and I got it. So I'm going to color this little cake in keeping with the colors in this designer series paper. I'm first just going to start with Lemon Lolly, and that's going to be my little flames for my candle. And I'm just coloring that in, and our blends are alcohol markers. I love them. They make me feel like I'm an artist, even though I'm not. And on this is Blackberry Bliss. It's the light. If you're not familiar with our blends, they come in a 2-pack, a light and a dark. And I know there are other alcohol markers out there. And, I've seen cards that were created and they're absolutely gorgeous. I am not that talented, and I sometimes would get overwhelmed. So yeah, this is Bubble Bath in the light, and this is Blackberry Bliss in the light. Some of these other companies will have 12 shades in here, and I'm just overwhelmed. I can't. I'm not that talented. So now the purpose of the alcohol is I am taking my bubble bath. I keep wanting to call this bubble bath, and where I had put in my darker color, and I could have used the dark bubble bath in this, but I wanted a little bit more of a contrast. So what I'm doing is, because it's alcohol, I am pulling in that darker shade and just sort of blending. And that's kind of what you want to do with these markers. And yes, I could have left even more of a contrast, but I wanted to blend that out for the frosting on the cake to look at. In some places it's a little bit darker, maybe some shadow. You might not see that, but that's what it is for me. Next, I'm going to take and stamp my greeting and die cut these, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of assembling this. And I should pull out a mat because I do have a photopolymer stamp set. I'm stamping this in boho blue, That turned out good. It's relatively straight. Close this up so I don't stick my finger in it. And I have got off camera my little my little Stampin' Cut, here it is, embossed mini off to the side. So I think I can get both of these on here at one time. And I want to show you something. On here, I'm covering up. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies. So in a sense, I mean, I can put this on here and cut it center, but then I really don't need it. So I'm just going to move this over. So really my greeting is not in the center, but I don't need all of that. So make sure I can try and get that look straight. All right, I've got a piece of paper tape on there to hold that down so it doesn't shift on me. I'm going to see if I can get this one lined up. And if I end up sticking my head in the camera, I'm sorry, but sometimes you need to get really right on top of your images when you are stamping or you are die cutting to make sure you've got everything the way it should be. All right, I'm going to run that through. And this will show you what I was talking about, where, yeah, I've got some extra left over, and that's fine because I really don't need that. And if you don't have, I mean, I use paper tape. If you don't have paper tape, you can use a Post-it note, washi tape, any of that will help. So what I have for this card, and again, it is so basic and so simple, is 4 1/4 by 11 thick basic white cardstock. And all of the dimensions in a listing of all of the material used for this project are listed on my blog, stampwithleigh.com. And I will have a listing of everything used. And in this YouTube video, there is in the description box, there's a link that will take you over to my blog. These strips, I ran through the painted texture embossing folder. It is online. That's where you will find that. So that is on the online exclusives. So I want to attach this. And all of this over here. And that looks good. I like that. So let me get my adhesive on here. And this is our liquid adhesive. This is Tombow. I just have this in a fine tip bottle. Okay. And this card was actually a card that was made at a class. It was at a buffet card class. So while you are on my blog, if you are over there, click on events at the top. It's a top header. And that will take you to my Stamping Up calendar that has all of my classes listed. That also lists like Stamping Up events that's going on. As far as, last day to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, release of new catalogs, things like that. You can also head over to leigh.stampingup.net, and that will get you to my calendar page also. All right, so this is going to go here. This is going to go there. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. So simple and so easy. You could make this card for really any occasion that you need. Yeah, you can use this Designer Series paper if you have it. Go through your Designer Series paper stash. I know you have a stash. We all do. especially Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper. It's beautiful. I mean, there's paper I have bought that I didn't really particularly care for one side of it. You know, like could have been fruits or whatever, but I liked what was offered on the flip side, you know, the B side of the radio. So gosh, if I'm saying 45 radios, then I am dating myself and telling you that, yeah, I listen to 45s. Also listen to AM radio because that's all there was. Okay, and so now I'm going to put my little cake on there. And on here I have Wink of Stella. Let me find that, get it out. And that's what I put on the, gosh, I can't get the lid off of my Wink of Stella. That's what I have on here. It's just, gives it just a little bit of shine and shimmer. And Wink of Stella dries instantly. So yeah, there's my Wink of Stella. And off camera, let me cover this up. Off camera, I stamped another cake. And for the candle flames, I used our enamel effects. And this was the metallics, and this was gold. We have two sets. There's like a matte, and then this is the metallics. So I wanted to see what that looked like. So I've got cardstock cut over here off to the side. For when this dries, I'm going to make another card with this. The only thing about using this is you do need to set this aside and let it dry. I think experimenting, I tried setting that lightly with the heat tool, and it just kind of mushed it out. So I did not have good luck using a heat tool. So again, I just have that set aside and it's drying, and I'll assemble everything later on. So to finish this off, I need my rainbow dots. And I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia. So there's two of the large ones there, and I'll probably just finish up using these. So let me get started with these. And they are adhesive back, which I love. Don't have to worry about trying to get adhesive on here for these. Still got one left on there. It will not go to waste. We are going to save that. And I'm going to put one up there. So that's it, we're done. So again, if you find a card layout that you like, and if you're not sure about card layouts, check page 22 in the annual catalog. At the very bottom, it has all kinds of layouts to give you an idea. But if you find a layout that you like, use it again. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just change out the Designer Series paper, your greeting, your embellishments for what you need. Yeah, so it's so simple. It's so simple and so easy to be creative and to create a handcrafted card that you send to people that you love, and you know, just let them know you're thinking about them. So again, thank you for joining me. Make sure you head over to my blog, check things out there, and if you have any questions at all, just reach out to me, send me an email. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.